So is it better to be a renter or a buyer, an owner or a renter, a landlord or a renter? Regarding real estate, which is better, renting or buying? Welcome to Finance PK. This channel is for the beginning investor, especially those of you that are high school, college age, getting started working, wanting to get started investing, maybe in stocks, stock market, individual stocks or index funds, maybe in real estate. And you have some questions, you want to build some confidence. And so this channel is for you, especially for those of you that are younger, but you could be in your 20s, 30s, 40s, like me, and you only wish you would have got started younger. It's really never too late to get started investing. So this channel is for you at Finance PK, and this video I'm going to talk about renting versus buying and what's better. I have some experience as a landlord, as an individual buyer, as a seller, as a buyer's agent, really a for sale by owner agent in buying and selling homes over the last 25 years, and working in real estate, working in that business as a landlord. And so this video really is to explain why I think it's better to be an owner, why it's better to be a landlord than a renter in general. Now there are some exceptions, and so right now in 2026, right now the rates are going lower, so it could be a better time to buy right now than it was a year ago. And a year ago, it might not have been the best time to buy, depending on the market you're in, depending on your individual situation. So they say you don't want the total housing payment, whether that's a mortgage payment, whether that's a rental payment, you don't want that to be more than 25 or 30% of your take-home pay or of your gross pay, depending on the study and depending on who you ask for advice. But that's kind of the general advice for how much you should allot toward your housing expense every month. And so I'm going to talk about 3 reasons why I think it's better to be a buyer than a renter. So the first one is if you buy a home over time, over the last 80 years, and really you can study just about any time period in just about any location in the United States especially, but worldwide I think there's some examples this holds true as well. It's going to go up 3 to 5% in value. Your real estate is going to go up 3 to 5%. So that's the first reason. It tends to go up in value. Now the second reason is if you're a renter, that also goes up. The rents go up, but they tend to go up higher than 3 to 5%, especially depending on the market. And so if you're renting, you're probably going to pay more than what you would have paid in terms of just a monthly expense than what you would pay, especially if you can lock in at a 30-year rate or even a 15 or 20-year rate. You get a lower rate, which leads me to the third reason why it's better to be an owner, a buyer, than a renter, and that's because you could refi. You could possibly, if you buy today in 2026, and certainly if you bought in the last couple years, you can refi at a lower rate and essentially lock in your monthly expense, your monthly mortgage payment. You can lock that in, and that's going to never change as far as principal and interest, what you're paying to the bank. However, you are going to build equity. And so those are the 3 reasons why I think it's better to be a buyer than a renter. Of course, it could depend on the certain circumstance, certain location, but in general, it's better to be a buyer than a renter. For more ideas and information like this, please like and subscribe. Check me out at Finance PK.